Hello, beautiful kindred souls, and welcome to my spiritual oasis. Here, weary souls come to find inner wisdom and peace. We are doing a Soulful 7 pick a card reading today. Well, I guess it's a pick a crystal reading today, where we're actually going to be focused on career. So career, wealth, and success are the three areas we're going to be looking at. Maybe getting some hints or tips about the direction of your career, maybe even some challenges that might be along the way. We do have three groups, and they're represented by the crystals. Before I get into the crystals, I did want to invite you to join the Kindred family here on YouTube by subscribing to my channel. Click like on the video if you like these types of videos or something resonates with you. Drop a comment down below. Let me know which group you selected. Bearing in mind that these are general readings, you are meant to use your own powers of discernment and intuition to determine the messages that are meant for you, keeping in mind that some of them might not be for you, or your unique message from spirit might be a combination of groups. So if you are being pulled to more than one group, do check out all the groups that you are feeling drawn to or called to take a look at. So let's talk about our crystals. Again, we have three groups set up here today. Group number 1 is represented by the rose quartz. Group 2 is represented by the pyrite. And group 3 is represented by the carnelian. So pause the video at this point in time if you need a moment to determine which group has your message in it. Otherwise, we'll get right into the readings. Hello, group number 1, and welcome to your Soulful 7 reading, where we are taking a look at career, wealth, and success. So what career, wealth, and success will bring for you? And you selected the rose quartz. So it's a really beautiful light pink crystal. I'm not really sure how well the light is picking it up. I feel like the sun is showing out this morning. But this crystal is very soft, connected to like love and the heart space. Really beautiful crystal here. So let's just set that off to the side. And let's get into our readings here today. So career. Where is group 1's career headed? Messages. Okay, so we have the King of Cups. The King of Cups could represent a person with strong water sign placements in their birth chart. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in a water sign. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This person is going to have divine masculine energy with with cups overlay. So like fire water combination. This person holds the seed or holds the vision of that water space. So they could be creative, have a creative career. This person is going to be very emotionally mature and or romantic at heart. They are confident and solid in their emotional space and not afraid to share their feelings and emotions. So this person could be like a boss or somebody that you work with. But I have a feeling that this person is going to, if it's a person, is going to assist you in your career path. If not a person, then the message here is that you are meant to cultivate the energy of the King of Cups. So holding the vision of that Cups energy. So spirituality, love, creativity, imagination. You are meant to use that energy to improve your career. So whether that be getting into a creative career space or finding maybe your career is connected to or includes spirituality in some way or creativity in some way. It could include the arts, so some sort of career in the arts, but it's a really strong positive outcome. I feel like you taking control, taking command, taking leadership over your career, and also choosing a career that feels good, that is in alignment with your emotional space as well, that you feel satisfied and you feel connected, you feel like you're making a difference, or that you're making money, or whatever your focus is, whatever makes you feel connected to your career. I'm feeling like that's going to be important. Having an emotional connection to what you're doing is important. So in the wealth space, we have the Ace of Pentacles, which I love this because it tells me that wealth is going to come to you from, like, you're having new opportunities to make wealth or to develop wealth or grow your wealth with the Ace of Pentacles. So some new tangible opportunities, and I feel like that's definitely connected to the career space here. So turning those, those gifts connected to your creativity and spirituality and all those other sorts of things, whatever resonated with you there, turning those things into wealth building opportunities is what's suggested here. And then, with the Empress sitting in your section or sector of success, I feel like that's a really, really positive sign that having success, being able to, just prosperity and abundance is in that place of success, which feels really good. I like this triangulation of energy here. I think this is really strong for you. Let's see if we can get some additional messages here. I love the Empress there in success. It just tells me that what you plant is going to grow. So be mindful of what you're planting. Plant what you want and not your fears, okay? Don't plant your fears and insecurities. Plant what you want, what you desire, and what you want to grow. Be specific is what I'm getting from Spirit as well. So we have the Wombat Spirit. So your career could have something to do with being at home. You could be working from home, or it could be connected to home, like the home sector, the home space in life. You could be, for example, like an organizer. You organize homes, or you build homes, or design homes, or you're an interior designer, architect, or something of that nature, where you are connected to home or homes. I also feel like comfort is important to you. Comfort is important to your career space, and I feel like I mentioned that a little bit already with the King of Cups. Wombat Spirit reduces down to the number 5, which is a more adventurous energy, which feels like it's just the opposite of here. But I feel like having a strong, stable home life is going to be important as well for your career to grow, because it's almost like you won't have to then worry or concern yourself with those other, you won't have to worry about concerning yourself with home because your home is stable. So I'm getting the message that you will thrive more and be more productive and prosperous if your home life is secure. So we have the Stag Spirit, which is encouraging you to take the lead, which I feel like is connected to our King of Cups energy here. I feel like that's singing the same song and just reiterating this idea of leadership, taking a leadership role in your career, and that's going to bring you success. The number 4, reducing down to the number 4. So stability, I feel like it's reflecting back to home and stability. I feel like your career is going to give you the home life and prepare you for a family and different things like that, is the message that I'm getting there with that. Keep reiterating like home and stability. You could also really find a lot of value and feel like your career brings you stability and encourages you to want to settle down and have a family and different things like that. The Empress could also be talking about legacy and having a family and different things like that. So we have stock, which connects to air energy and talks about focus. So I feel like this card is really encouraging you to focus on what you want to go after. I'm also getting the message like focusing on one thing at a time as well. You have Sagittarius energy connected with this card. The number 8 is connected with this card. So achievement, Sagittarius energy is like, it's fire, mutable fire. There's an adventurous sort of travel, outwardly expressive energy to Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius is also the archer in astrology, so this idea of taking aim, and that obviously takes focus, where you are taking aim at what you're going after. So there are definitely strong messages around focus and taking aim, being specific when you're asking for help from spirits. And the number 8 is all about achievement, and I feel it's like the number 8 I always associate Capricorn with the number 8. So, achievement, going out there and going after what you want and being assertive / aggressive if you need to in order to reach where you are trying to go. And in that energy, leadership, oh my gosh, how connected is this? So broccoli is leadership, which is connected to the Stag Spirit and the King of Cups. I also feel like this is, it's earth energy, by the way, connected to Libra and Gemini and the number 6. But I feel like in leadership, Capricorn keeps coming up for me, and that keeps whispering in my brain. This is a triangulated message. So I feel like it has more weight than any of the other messages. This idea of leadership, this idea of taking control of your career, taking control of your wealth. And a message here, like wealth isn't just about money, like monetary compensation. It's about your assets and your net worth and investments and different things like that. It also talks about your health. So health is wealth. You may have heard that before. But health is wealth. And, you can have all the money in the world, but if your body is falling apart and your mind is afraid, then it's difficult to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So make sure that you're, taking care of your body. So leadership, you may be connected to or have interactions with politics or, political institutions. You might be a politician or have some sort of connection to politics. The thoughts, mind space, grounding your thoughts, grounding your ideas. So this might be manifested in maybe like writing, starting a blog, or maybe writing like in a magazine, or writing posts on LinkedIn, or whatever that looks like for you. But making your thoughts something tangible, getting them out of your head. And then with the number 6 here, this idea of love and compassion is also, so leading from a place or position of compassion is what I'm seeing there. All right, so our spread is getting nice and full, but I did want to snatch up a couple of other messages. Let's get a crystal for you. Okay, so Apophyllite is encouraging you to stay positive. So as we charge forth in our journey to success, potentially through career and wealth building, sometimes we hit difficult ruts. We hit difficult places and spaces, or things might appear to be out of our reach in some situations. But Apophyllite here is encouraging you to stay positive even through these challenging times, or especially through these challenging times. Taking a positive approach and a positive perspective, speaking into existence the outcome that you desire and not the one that you fear. What other messages am I getting here? Just this really strong encouragement to stay positive and because that is going to manifest a positive outcome. Your mind, what you say to yourself, the messages that you send up to spirit through your minds, through your throat chakra, what you say, what you think, how you communicate is a really strong message here to be mindful of your thoughts is what I keep getting here. If you don't think of yourself as a leader, you don't think of yourself as taking charge of holding the vision to your life, or even that you may, if you have negative energy around like your ability to create and be creative, the message that I'm receiving for you is that what you say and what you think and how you communicate with yourself and how you communicate with the universe, it's all true. So if you say you cannot, then you will not. If you say that you can, you say that you will, then that is what you are going to do. You are putting your will behind it. If you don't believe, then you won't do whatever it is. You won't make a way for it. And Spirit can't help you if you don't believe that it's possible. I hope that made sense. So I just feel like there's a strong message around, doing what you need to do to build up your confidence if you're not confident. Work on that solar plexus chakra energy, do some root work, shadow work, get down to the bottom of why you're insecure if you are. And then our culminating message from our unicorns: balance. Take time to relax, indulge a little more or less, set boundaries with your work. I love that too. So yes, we are doing a career reading, so that it is the focus of our reading today. But I love that the unicorns kind of set us on track for balance. That life isn't all about career. It's not all about achievement. It's not all about legacy building and wealth building. It's about all of the different energies working in harmony together. So making sure that balance and harmony, that you are resting. And again, wealth, I mentioned before, isn't just about money, but it's also about your well-being. So making sure that you're getting rest and you're sleeping, you're restoring and rejuvenating your energy stores as you need to, in order to have a nice balanced life. So I don't know about you, but a nice balanced life is really nice. So, I feel like overall, group number 1, the success, in your life is the Empress, abundance, restoration, growth. It really feels limitless and very open, very plush, very satisfying. And I feel like that's a really positive sign. A really strong message here is about leadership. You taking that leadership position, King of Cups, Stag Spirit leadership with broccoli. You taking that leadership position in your life is going to get you where you want to go, get you where you need to go. Tapping into your imagination, creativity, tools of, spirituality and love, and however that combination manifests for you, but you holding the vision of that, and putting energy into that, putting your will behind that, and it's going to reap some really beautiful money-making opportunities or wealth-building opportunities. Staying positive, having a strong, stable home life, So for example, if you have like a partnership or you have a family already, making sure that your home is stable, making sure that your people are feeling loved and cared for, that they have your attention and support, even as you are out here achieving. Making sure to keep a balance between work and life and love and all of these certain things in our lives. Making sure that you're also enjoying the journey and you're not just all work and no play. And staying focused on the prize, staying focused on the end result, going after what... I also want to bring up with the number 8 that the number 8 is an achiever, yes, but the number 8 is also the sign of karma. That infinity symbol. So the number 8s, though they are achievers, they also understand that with achievement also is in a balanced space. With achievement also comes giving and the downtime, right? Relaxing and giving, and as you obtain, you also give some. They understand that reciprocal energy and that balance in order to maintain balance, which is what the culminating messages for you, group number 1. So these are the messages that I have channeled for you, beautiful soul. I hope this was helpful for you. If something resonated, do drop a comment down below. Let me know it did. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if we're not already connected here on YouTube. And if you're interested in your own personal reading, you can connect with me on Etsy. Link is in the description below. Thank you so much for your time and beautiful energy, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello, group 2, and welcome to your Soulful 7 reading, where we are focused on career, wealth building, and success. So you selected the pyrite crystal to guide your message today. I know the light isn't really picking this up very well. It's a really beautiful crystal. It's just kind of washing it out, but that's okay. Pyrite is also known as fool's gold. This crystal is connected to wealth building and abundance. So let's go ahead and set her off to the side. So these are the areas we're going to be taking a look at: career, wealth, and success. And so, all right, career, wealth, and success for group number 2. Career, we have the 9 of Swords. All right, so right away in the 9 of Swords, what I do see is fear, nightmares, stress. This could be that right now in your career, you're not happy. It's causing you anxiety and stress, and you might not be sleeping very well because of whatever you're doing to make money right now. We have the 6 of Pentacles in your wealth space, which I feel like is a positive sign. Here I'm getting the message that there's going to be... Okay. There are a couple of messages. So I feel like with the 6 of Pentacles here in your wealth space, that you will be in a position to be generous. And you could be in a position to be generous, is what I'm getting here, that you might be financially doing really well, but that your career is maybe stressful or causes a lot of anxiety. Maybe there's a lot of stress or a toxic work environment, toxic people around you, that's causing the distress, duress, nightmares, different things like that. But you might be making good money. You might be afraid. I'm also feeling like maybe this is fears too. That you're afraid that if you quit your job, you're going to be you're going to be homeless or a beggar. You're going to lose everything you have. You're going to have to rely on the generosity of strangers. So I'm feeling fear here. And in your success space, we have the Five of Swords, which I feel like your message is being guided by fears. So let's turn this around a little bit. I feel like you're afraid you're not going to be successful, that maybe there's someone, a boss or something like that is the message that I'm getting. Maybe a boss or someone who's over you, or maybe even a coworker, like a sneaky coworker who you're always kind of battling with or fighting with, kind of like a nemesis, 12th house, secret enemy sort of thing, frenemy sort of thing. I'm feeling where they're gonna like take everything from you. I'm feeling a lot of fear here. So let's kind of switch this up a little bit. I feel like instead of nightmares, we transform or convert that into dreams. So my message to you, or Spirit's message to you through me, is look at your career from a place of dreaming. If you dreamed up your perfect career, would you be where you are now? Would you be working where you are now? Would you be in the industry where you are now? If not, where would you be? Dream it up. Journal it. This is a Soulful 7 reading, so we can journal. From a position or place of wealth, instead of fearing that you're going to be someone poor, someone who's depending on someone else's generosity, maybe think of it this way. I feel like there's a message around learning from people who are wealthy, getting someone who, like an advocate, someone who is who is successful at doing what you want. Remember, we're dreaming up your career. Someone who's successful at doing what you want to do. And instead of thinking about this from the perspective of like taking a handout, think of it as being open to taking advice. Think of it as being open to taking wisdom, taking insight on how to build wealth so that it isn't temporary, so that it isn't, you're not able to lose it easily. Because again, wealth building is in many ways like legacy building. You want to build from a strong foundation. You want to build up. You want to focus and be connected to long-term success here. Okay, so let's kind of change that fear around. Okay, you're receiving advice on how to build wealth, right? You're receiving assistance on how to invest and where to put your money and all of these sorts of things. And from the success perspective, I feel like your success is going to come, that it might be a fight, there might be a battle, there might be some, I'm getting like standing your ground and standing up for yourself. And that if there is some sort of bully in your life or some sort of negative energy, putting a boundary around that, really taking a stance and letting that individual know that they have no power here. This is your life, your space, your place, your energy, and their negative vibes are not welcome here. And just give them the big boots, okay, is the message that I'm getting for you. So we have Black Mulberry here, which is connected to water energy, and it talks about wholeness, connected to the number 6 and Aquarius energy. So I really like this idea of wholeness, because life is holistic. That yes, we are focused on career and wealth today, but it's not isolated. It's a portion of our life. It's a part of our whole. And I'm getting the message here that in order to be successful, you need to be whole, or you need to come from a position of wholeness. With kind of the negative energy that I was getting in the beginning of the message, changing up the way you think about things. If you're naturally a pessimistic person, there's a really strong message around switching that up and figuring out how to be more positive, even if that is affirmations, writing down those positive things and saying them every day, creating a routine. Whenever a negative thought comes into your mind, you start reciting your affirmations to turn your mind space around, because your mind is the conduit. It's the space between your heart. So if you think about the chakras, your heart chakra, which is where your desires and the things that you desire and want in your life, lives in your chest, say, and your throat chakra lives in your throat, and then the universe and your connection to spirit is in your crown, which is at the top of your head. So your hearts and desires have to flow through your throat chakra, which is your mind, your thoughts, your communications, until it can get to the universe. So if you have a lot of negative thinking, then it's going to distort and morph all of your desires and turn them, and it's going to manifest your fears. Okay, so we don't want to do that. So I feel like there needs to be some journaling or some thinking around how to be more positive and how to take life from a holistic perspective, to not dwell on like negative things or bad things that happen, but to think about life from a whole. So I'm getting the message that some of you might really lean in or zoom in on negative energy, and you really just harp on it. It's almost like you get caught up in the moment instead of looking at life from a broader perspective and having a broader view and more holistic view of life. Like, yes, there are downtimes. Yes, there are difficulties and challenges. Some people might feel like they have more challenges than others, and that might very well be true. But there are moments of light. There are moments where we are successful and prosperous. And even though your journey might have been really difficult to get there, it's fine. Focus on the positive energy. Focus on what you want. If you want negativity, keep being negative. But if you want positivity, change your thinking. Change the way you're thinking and communicating with yourself and the universe. We have the number 6, so the number 33 reduces down to the number 6, which is the number in numerology that's all about love and care and warmth. And I feel like that's wholeness. I feel like that's water energy. Aquarius is actually really interesting associated here because, so Aquarius is an air sign. It's a fixed air sign, and it's associated in traditional ancient astrology with the planet Saturn. So the interesting connection here with Saturn is that, Aquarius is known to be the sign that associates with the masses, right? And Aquarius wants to bring positivity and kindness and hope and happiness to the masses. And she does that, or he does that actually, or air sign. Aquarius does that with its connection to Saturn. So its connection to Saturn, like Saturn is almost like the doorkeeper, the gatekeeper of spiritual knowledge and enlightenment. Aquarius has the key to get past Saturn or get through Saturn into that space of spirituality and bring those lessons of positivity and growth and happiness and joy and bring it back to Earth, okay? Bring those messages back to Earth. So I feel like that's a very interesting message here around going after those messages of spirituality. I feel like it's an encouragement for you to dig more into your spiritual walk and bring those messages down back to Earth for you and apply those to your life. Trust, we have Basil here. So there's a message around trust. Fire energy is associated with Basil as well as Scorpio and the number 3. I feel like there's a strong message around like trusting your intuition. That's my interpretation of the I here. Trusting your intuition, especially if you have strong water sign placements in your chart, your intuition is going to be on point. Scorpio energy is about change and transformation, and I think it's really interesting that Scorpio energy is showing up here in a fire fire sense that because Scorpio is ruled by the planet Mars in ancient astrology, and it's the divine feminine placement of the divine feminine side to Mars, which I feel like is very fitting for Scorpio here. And there's an encouragement for change and transformation. So if trusting is not something you easily do or naturally do, you're being called to work through that and work on changing that and transforming yourself into an energy or individual that can trust spirit and trust life and trust, just be more positive in general in life. And that might take some work if you're naturally negative, or life experience in life may have encouraged that negativity. The number 3 here, being more social will help you be more trusting, being around more people, being mindful about the type of people that you're keeping around you. So being around, positive people that are out there doing their thing, living life, enjoying life, being abundant and prosperous people is what I'm getting here, will help you develop trust, because it'll help you develop your power of discernment. You can't develop your power of discernment if you're not coming in contact with any energy. So if you've been isolating yourself lately, which also could be what the Nine of Swords is talking about, just like isolation and feeling alone, then there's an encouragement to get out there and socialize, learn the energies, and don't take it so harsh. Don't take it so hard. Don't take it so deep. Just know that people are people, and some people are going to be positive and some people aren't, and different people are going to be in different places and spaces and different times. So just kind of go with the flow a little bit too, is the message that I'm getting here. We have Mouse Spirit, which is encouraging you to tend to the small things. I feel like this is talking about your physical health and wellness, your house, like your physical space that you live in, the details of like your relationships and stuff like that. I feel like is coming through here. We have the number 40 reducing down to the number 4, which is like about stabilizing yourself and grounding yourself by paying attention to some of the details, like the positive details, not the negative details if you're a negative detail person. And then we have Antelope Spirit, which is suggesting here that life is going to speed up for you, especially in your career space, because that is where our focus is today. So I feel like there's going to be a strong message here around collaboration with the number 2, collaboration and connecting with other people, which is going to require you to be trusting of others, and be sociable. I feel like success and growth in your career is going to come from collaboration and connecting with other people. So again, get out there, be sociable, be uncomfortable. That's okay if you're uncomfortable. I'm okay with that. Because it's going to help you grow and it's going to bring you success in the long term. And then we have Aragonite, release emotional baggage. I feel like this is the reiterating the message that we've been talking about all through your reading today, group 2, is about releasing that emotional baggage, releasing that fear and anxiety. I'm getting the message that a lot of the fear and anxiety, though may have been grounded in the past, I feel like you're almost dwelling, or you're living in the past. You're living in the fear of the past coming true, coming back, and instead of living in your current place and space and time. So I am getting a strong message here around you releasing that negativity and negative energy so that you can live in your now and breed prosperity and abundance in your now. Breed wealth and longevity in your current moments, instead of what you're fearing, what you're afraid of. Ooh, okay. And then we have from our Unicorns is a culminating message. We have past lives. Release your past life karma. You are an old soul with deep wisdom. Healing your past lives will raise your vibration. I love this because I was getting a lot of, we were literally talking about releasing baggage, acknowledging past life energy. To me, is a really strong message for you. And I feel like that's just triangulating this idea of releasing that negativity. Scorpio. So we have Scorpio, Aragonite, and past lives, triangulating the message of releasing negativity, releasing past karma, getting out of your head and fear and anxiety, and focusing more on what you want to see and not what you don't want to see. Collaboration and connection with others is also a strong message here. Developing, boundaries. Developing strong boundaries around yourself that aren't restrictive or to keep people. They're not to keep individuals out there to protect you, but not to protect you from like everything, but just negative energy. So developing your power of discernment by getting out there and just interacting with energy, interacting with people's energy, and being able to at that point determine, what's positive and what is challenging energy, and developing some tools on how to navigate through that. Root work and shadow work is my homework for you. A strong encouragement to do some root work and shadow work for yourself in order to release, get down to the bottom of these fears, these nightmares. I think you might be stemming from, maybe your career might be triggered by situations that happen in your job or your career, but I'm getting the message here that it's deeper than that, right? It's past life or it's childhood or something, and there needs to be some work there, digging into what it is so that you can release it. So my beautiful souls, these are the messages that I had channeled for you today. I hope this was helpful for you. If something resonated, do drop a comment down below. Let me know it did. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already connected here on YouTube. If you're interested in your own personal reading, you can connect me on Etsy. Link is in the description. Thank you so much for your time and your beautiful energy, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello, Group 3, and welcome to your Soulful 7 reading, where we are focusing on career. So career, wealth, and success are the 3 areas that we are going to be focused on today. You picked the Carnelian. Okay, fiery, excitable energy that is connected to our sacral chakra, the place and space of creativity and reproduction and all of that beautiful stuff. So feeling very fiery, feeling very excitable. Mars energy is very present. Fire energy is very present. So Aries and Leo, Sagittarius. I'm also getting Scorpio as well present here. So let's go ahead and get some messages for you. We're going to start with tarot. Ooh, okay, so the Queen of Wands literally popped out right away and flipped over and said hello. All right, so your career is, we got the Queen of Wands there in your career space. So the message that I'm getting here right away with the Queen of Wands, and she popped out, we said fire, and she said hello. All right, so nurturing and nourishing the seed of passion here. So as far as career is connected to this, it's like what are you passionate about? What are you truly, what is something that you could talk about all day, that you would love to just do day in and day out? 40 hours a week is not enough. What is that thing? What are you passionate about? There's a confidence, there's a charisma, and confidence, a charisma, a charm to our Queen of Wands. She's vivacious, she's outgoing, she's adventurous. She's not afraid to delegate either. The Queen of Wands could represent someone in your life with strong fire sign placements. It could be like a boss, maybe a female boss or a female coworker, or somebody in your life who might have a strong influence on your career. It could also be a career advocate or someone of that nature that is meant to guide you or help you in your career. But I'm also feeling like Spirit is saying you need to cultivate this energy. You need to be exerting this energy yourself. This confident, outwardly expressive, vivacious, adventurous energy feels very sociable. I'm imagining you maybe being in social settings where you're rubbing elbows with people who can make moves in your life. Your wealth is going to come from your connections, friendships, social circles, and I feel like that's also why I was literally seeing you being very sociable, and your wealth is going to be tied with the people that are around you, which is true in a lot of cases. With this Three of Cups, feels very positive, and it feels very strong in general, that there's a lot of potential here for your wealth space. I have a feeling too that if you're not already connected with friends that are successful or working towards success, that you will be connecting with people who are, focused on wealth building and legacy and investing, and who take care of their bodies and all sorts of things. So again, if that's not your current situation, then it will be, or you're being encouraged to cultivate those types of relationships and get together and connect with people who are like-minded in that way. And we have the Three of Swords in the success space. So success will come to you when you work through any deep-seated challenges or issues in your life. That success might not be easy, but I am getting the message here that success will come again when you I'm getting releasing negativity, releasing any old any baggage or old heartbreaks or things. I'm getting your heart chakra being clogged up with disappointments and old, I just keep seeing old old negative energy, and just really cleaning that out, clearing that out. And the only way to do that, the Three of Swords suggests the only way to do that is to go through it, not to avoid it. So if you have strong fire sign placements in your birth chart, you might be not a very emotional person, so you kind of just quote unquote move on. If you've been through, say, a difficult time, or you've had a negative interaction emotionally, you kind of just shrug it off and move on and act like it doesn't affect you, but it does. It does affect you. And so you're being encouraged here to move through whatever it is and not ignore it or act like it doesn't exist, but acknowledge it as it exists in its truth and reality, and move through it. So you can clear up that space and welcome in some new, fresh, exciting, celebratory energy here. Success will come from freedom of emotional and mental baggage is the message that I'm getting. Success will come from freedom from emotional baggage. So working through whatever that is, it might require root work or shadow work or releasing, meditation, various different ways of going about it. But you are being encouraged to let go and to release that negativity. We have the Chameleon Spirit. Act as if. I feel like this is very much so connected to our Queen of Wands energy, especially because the number 14 reduces down to the number 5. The number 14 is also a karmic number, which talks about freedom. So lessons around freedom, and you're meant to learn the art of temperance, and learn by experiences, trying new things, finding balance in what's right for you, live your life on your own terms, learn flexibility and adaptability and change, which seems very fitting to our chameleon, as our chameleon is all about changing to reflect its environment. I feel like the number 5 is also associated with fire energy in general, specifically Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is that adventurous soul, and the number 5 is a very adventurous sort of energy, goes out there and really just digs into life and explores life. So in Blue Lace Agate, there's a strong message around finding your calm, which I think is really interesting considering there's so much fire energy present. But you can be vivacious and outwardly expressive and charging forth in life, and also be in a place of calm. And I'm thinking like peace. You can still be in a place of peace, in a place of prosperity and abundance, in a place of balance. Because remember, 14, the karmic number 14 is talking about balance. The number 5 talks about adventure. And so I think there's a balance there, right? Being calm and being balanced, being adventurous and going out there and living life. But finding what that unique balance is for you, because for everybody it's different. With the act as if message, I feel like it's, you might not necessarily feel like you deserve to be, or not say deserve, but you might not necessarily feel like you belong at a table, especially if you're reaching out and pursuing new places and spaces and people and energy. But Spirit is saying, you know what? Act as if you're meant to be there. Put on a little bit of a show if you need to, because if you're at the table, you belong at the table. And, like I said, when we're put in different social settings, which I feel like the Queen of Wands and the 3 of Cups is suggesting that you in order to advance your career and to build wealth, that you're going to be there. There might be some discomfort here where you are in places and spaces and around people that you may have never had access to before. And you might feel like a squatter, like you don't belong here. But the chameleon spirit is saying, even if you don't feel like you belong there, act as if you do belong there, and the rest of it will follow, okay? You just have to almost like trust the process and know that you are exactly where you are meant to be when you are meant to be there. So trusting Spirit in the universe and that divine path and connectivity there to those different places and spaces. So we also have the Hummingbird Spirit. What a beautiful card this is. Be here now. Sometimes we can be in our heads, sometimes we can be in the future or the past. So you are being encouraged right now to be in the here and now. The 34 reduces down to the number 7. And the number 7 really talks about spirituality through analysis in the mind space over like spirituality through like emotion. So it's more like spirituality with air rather than with water energy. If we were to associate it with to the elements. The message that I'm seeing here is that really that we often pigeonhole ourselves into thinking that something is one way when it really isn't. There are many different ways. Like spirituality isn't just about water energy. It's not just about emotions and intuition and the way you feel and all of that kind of stuff. Spirituality is a combination of all 4 of the elements, And when they are in harmony with each other, that is when high vibration, when you're in alignment, when there's flow and positivity and a really beautiful outlook on your life is when you're in, when all of those energies are in alignment. So if you're a more cerebral person, you might have more air sign placements in your chart. You might not necessarily feel like you are very spiritual, but the message that I'm getting for you is that you have a spirit. Therefore, you are spiritual. You have the capacity to be spiritual. You just have to find what is it to you? What does spirituality mean to you? You know, if you're more of a, you know, analytical person and, you know, doing more maybe scientific or math-based spiritual practices is your thing, vibe out, do your thug dizzle. There's no right or wrong way. This is your spiritual walk. This is about you. This isn't about anyone else or anything else, okay? When we're talking about your spirituality and your spiritual walk. So we have nasturtium here, which is connected to air. Sorry, I had a moment. Which is connected to air energy and talks about victory. So this is suggesting that you're going to have victory, and I think it's actually a really fitting message connected here in the success space with the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords comes off as really negative, but I feel like in this particular situation, it's really just about acknowledging the truth of negative energy that's in your space and releasing it. You're acknowledging it so that you can release it. Cry those tears, be upset, be angry, and then release that energy so that you can move on and be victorious. So we have the number 44 reducing down to the number 8 here, which again, 8 is that number of achievement. It's the number of karmic energy, so giving and taking, achieving and generosity. So it's all those energies together. And we also have Aries showing up here, okay? Victory, right? Aries loves to win. Definitely loves to win. So I feel like overall in your career spaces, that success and victory are present in the nasturtium. So let's go ahead, and we have chives, which is connected to fire energy. We have Scorpio present on the number 14, which reduces down to the number 5, which we have another 14 here. So I feel like it's just kind of magnifying the message of the number 14, which does talk about some balance, finding balance between adventure and other parts and pieces of life. But this number is connected to divination. Okay, so I think that's a very interesting connection here. With the Scorpio energy present on this card, I feel like, again, that spiritual connectivity that is very present here and being magnified here. I feel like it's encouraging you to lean into your powers of discernment and divination, and if you have clairvoyance or other types of spiritual understanding and know-how, to cultivate those energies, because they will help you navigate your path, especially when you're in places and spaces that might be unfamiliar or uncomfortable to you. Being able to lean in on your powers of intuition and discernment, and just being able to trust yourself and how you feel about a situation or the information that you're gathering from the situation. I'm just feeling like that's really important. I'm also getting the message here that, we did talk about a little bit about spirituality and being your own unique thing. Like, you might be a combination of like a cerebral analytical and also like a clairvoyant and kind of watery. So just respect who you are, where you're at, what your gifts and talents are, and just use them as they need, like use them as you need to. Let them flow, let them be free. And just kind of go with it on that case. There's a lot of odd number energy, by the way. So our 14's reduced down to 5s. We have 3 here and 7. So a lot of odd energy, which, yeah, I feel like this just tells me that you might be a little different. You might feel a little different as well. You might be a little quirky, a little off the beaten path sort of vibes. Aquarius is coming up for some reason. And I feel like there's just a message from Spirit saying, lean into that. That's you. So be who you are. If you're a little quirky, you're a little different, a little weird, you look at life a little bit differently, then so be it. That's okay. That's good because it's you. So lean into your truth. I'm just feeling a lot of socializing, a lot of socialization, networking, making connections, connecting with people that are, that are in a position to really assist you on your life path and purpose and in your career specifically and in your wealth building. And that success is going to come to you when you release the old, energy, you release negativity, and lean into what is coming on the other side of that. Sometimes we dwell in negativity because it's a familiar foe, right? We know what that anxiety is. We know what that negative energy is because it's been there for so long. But I'm getting the message here that it's blocking your blessings. It's keeping you standing still. And you have a lot of really active energy, air energy, fire energy in your reading. And so there is a strong encouragement for movement and, passion and pursuit. And we can't do that when we're stuck in the past, when we're being weighed down by old negative energy. So you got to release that. You got to. Okay. And then our culminating message from our unicorns, prosperity. Oh my gosh. I am so glad that this card showed up for you especially as a culminating message, because I think it's triangulating our messages here about wealth building. I feel like it is what's on the other side of that 3 of Swords energy. Gift of money is on its way. Your income is increasing. Manage your finances with love. I love that last message as well, because wealth and money and all of that stuff is great, but wealth building isn't just about obtaining funds. It's also about how we think about money and how we manage money. How we manage the resources that we have at our disposal. So I feel like there is definitely a strong message around being a good steward of the resources that you are blessed and gifted with, whether they be monetary resources or whether they be other types of resources. So, spiritual agility, mental abilities, creative abilities, however that looks for you. Respecting that and using them wisely in order to make moves in your life. And the final message that I'm receiving is that Spirit wants you to be successful, however you define successful. So I feel like there's a journaling exercise here also on what does success mean to you? What does that look like for you? If you had a successful career and you could imagine whatever you wanted to, what would that look like? Let's journal about that this week. And just know that is what Spirit wants for you. Spirit wants prosperity, wants abundance, wants success, wants positive, strong relationships, wants you to be around people that are going where you want to go, that have a positive outlook on life, that are making moves, that are full of energy and excitement and positivity. Spirit wants you to dive into your unique, gifts and talents, and wants you to be in alignment with your path and purpose, wants you to be confident as you sit on your throne, and as you like lean into different areas and aspects of your life. So if you don't feel like you belong when you first get there, act as if you do. Find your calm, find your peace in situations of anxiety. Work through any of those challenges and issues that are blocking your blessings. And you're on your way. Victory is yours. Prosperity is yours. All right, beautiful souls. So, my beautiful kindreds, these are the messages that I have channeled for you today. I hope this was helpful for you. If something resonated, make sure to drop a comment down below. Let me know it did. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if we're not already connected here on YouTube. And if you're interested in your own personal reading, you can connect with me on Etsy. Link is in the description below. Thank you so much again for your time and your beautiful energy. And I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye.